try to stay on our tight clock here because we have a lot to cover today. First off, good morning, everybody. Todd Tallarico. I'm the president of the APS Type 1 Foundations. Very happy to have all of you here. I'm just going to say a few words to kick things off before I turn it over to my esteemed colleague. First off, I just want a couple recognitions I'd like to make for everybody to be aware. First, our board of directors. So if our board could stand up if they're in the room, I just want to make sure everybody gets a chance to know who they are. So you have Jennifer Orange, Laura, Pushpa, Robin, Sherry, Dave. Heather, where are you, Heather? All right, I lost my wife. But this is an amazing team. They're here for you. Please lean on them while you're here. Ask questions. Talk to us. Tell us what you're thinking, what you're feeling, because this foundation is all about you. I also would like to thank members of our MAC, our Medical Advisory Committee that are here. Dr. Leonakis, Dr. Akis, Dr. Morning Sue, Dr. Orange, and Dr. Anderson. So we're trying to a couple of our medical advisory committees today. Our medical advisory committee is critical to keeping us on course so that we continue to support your needs appropriately. As well, I want to thank our speakers today. We've lined up, I think, a top-notch speaking team this morning. So, Dr. Orange is going to lead as our moderator. So Jennifer's been a great moderator. If you've seen any of our past presentations going back to Toronto. And then we have Dr. Leonakis, Dr. Weiner, Dr. Anderson, Diarachi, Akis, Dr. Deal, Dr. Campy, Dr. Powell, and Robin and Julia from our foundation board will be all presenting this morning. So looking forward to having that opportunity. A couple last things. We started this foundation almost 10 years ago, 2014. So today we have almost, I think, 45 families represented, which I think is the most we've ever had at an event. So it's really exciting to be here and to be a part of this. The next couple days will be really highlights that point out what we've accomplished and what we're focused on for the future. So it's critical that we take the shared learnings that we have from this community to continue to improve the amazing things that we're accomplishing. And to that point, I have a late breaker, just in, National Organization of Rare Diseases will announce this morning our most recent APS research grant. So if anybody knows, we also support our research grant funding. This puts us, I think, over $600,000 in research spend. And I'll see how well I do. Jennifer, Dr. Mathieu Giroux, Close. My French is not good. But he's accepted our most recent research grant. And he was with us just recently at our clinical scientific summit. Dr. Giroux is a senior researcher and a group leader at INSERM and is affiliated with Nantes University in France. And his study is titled Generation of iPS-derived Tregs for Cell Therapy in APOSIT. Don't ask me exactly what that means, but maybe some of our clinical colleagues might comment on it today. But this is exciting, and Nora will be making that announcement, and we will as well on our website. So these are the things that we have to continue to aspire to do as we move forward. So we're very excited for Dr. Giroux and the research that he'll be conducting. With that, I'm going to turn it over to our moderator for today, Jennifer Orange. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Todd, and good morning, everyone, and welcome. There is nothing that makes me happier than seeing the people in this room all together. When Pat and I first learned of Julia's diagnosis, we were told by the physicians that they had no families for us to meet. And we said, that can't be right. And we set out to prove them wrong. We certainly have, and we're just building and growing all the time. And thank you so much to all of you for making this trip. We know how challenging it can be to travel and to get here and to make the time. And we are so grateful. Having you all here is what makes this work. I also want to thank our clinician scientists and our speakers for also making the trip and making the time to be here. We are so grateful for all of your efforts to help our patients and then to go the extra mile to get here and be here in person. We are back in person. And I think it's particularly appropriate that we're here in Washington, D.C. during the week of the 4th of July. Coming from Canada, it's really special to be here. Washington, D.C. is a gathering place where people from all over the world have come to imagine something better and have worked across differences and great challenges to keep working together to make something great on land that is surrounded by over a dozen American Indian tribes. So where these two rivers have come together, all of these people from all over the world have come together, and they're using their imagination. And today, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use our grit and our imagination, and we know this group has a lot of it, to try and solve difficult problems and to imagine a better life for all of our families. So I'm really excited to be here today. I did want to acknowledge something I've heard from the families and the patients over the last 24 hours, which is that we come together at the symposium and we're so happy to be with each other, but we're also talking about some of the most difficult parts of having this disease. And I want to speak particularly to the patients in the room, because I know that this isn't always fun for you, and it can be really hard. And what I want to say is two things. If it's hard, you can always step up and leave, right? Just get a breath of fresh air, grab a bite with a friend. No one is going to mind if anyone at any point needs to take care of themselves for a minute. We all get that. Or if you just have to use the restroom, it's just outside, right? But do take care of yourself, because it can be a difficult couple of days. And I also want to acknowledge to the patients in particular that while we're talking over these 2 days about one aspect of your life, we know that this is not who you are as a whole. And we know that we have scientists and athletes and students and people who are out there changing their communities, musicians, artists. We know you as whole people. And although today we're looking at a fraction of who you are, we see who you are as amazing individuals, and we don't forget that in these 2 days. And so take the time to get to know each other in full, right? That's what's so special about our community. And we will do that whenever we can. I have a few housekeeping items before we get started. Please silence all your phones and devices. Just take a moment to double check that now. We are videotaping the proceedings, and there will be photos, and actually, please take photos. We would love to see your photos, so at the end of the session, please email any great photos you have of each other, in the room, outside of the room, to info@aps1.org. You can find that on our website. They may end up on our website. We're always looking for great current photos. We also want to benefit from your ideas. So if you have questions that arise from the talks that you didn't get to ask, if you have ideas about anything from symptoms to just what the foundation can do, please share them with us. We're a small group, but we need all of your ideas. Again, just email them anytime to info@apstype1.org, and we're going to get them together. The agenda for the day starts on page 3 of the program, so you should all have the program in the bags you were given at registration. It's a tight day, and I apologize in advance to our speakers, going to keep us on a strict schedule. And the bios for each of our speakers start on page 5. I am not going to read the full bios when I introduce introduce people. I apologize again to the speakers, but the bios are in the program and we want to keep things moving today. So without any further delay, I think we should get to it. Let's get to our first speaker, who is someone that many of you know very well. Our first speaker is Dr. Mihalis Leonakis. Dr. Leonakis, and now I do need my glasses, is the chief of the fungal pathogenesis section of the Laboratory of Clinical Immunology and Microbiology at the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases at the NIH. And you're going to hear more about his work. Welcome, Dr. Leonakis, again.